Your home address pops up on a forum. Your phone starts buzzing with unknown numbers. An email says, "We know where you work." Breathe. Don't answer. Don't post. Don't delete anything yet. We're going to build a step-by-step plan you can run even if your hands are shaking a little. By the end of this video, you'll know what to freeze, what to save, what to take down, who to notify, and how to keep this from happening again. We'll keep it human, not hysterical. Think clear moves, not chaos. You have 10 minutes that matter more than the next 10 days. Use them right, and you control the pace. Use them wrong, and the attackers set the tempo. If you remember only one thing right now, remember this. Save first, remove second. Evidence is your seatbelt. Start with the first 10 minutes. Yes, really, 10. You exhale. You name what's been exposed out loud. Address, phone, employer, family. Saying it helps you sort the noise from the facts. Now you capture evidence before anything disappears or moves to a new URL. You take screenshots with the system block visible. You scroll slowly and grab all of it. Usernames, links, timestamps. You save the page as a PDF or a full HTML archive, so it still looks the same tomorrow. If you got an email, you export the full headers. If it's a voicemail, you save the audio file, not just the transcript. Then you open your little log and write one short line. Link A, Forum X, captured at 1412, saved to folder docs evidence. That's it, one line per item. You've just protected your future self if you need to report this or prove a pattern. Now you freeze the obvious doors. You change the passwords on the accounts you rely on. Email, cloud storage, social media, because a doxing wave is often followed by attempts to break in. You turn on two-factor authentication with an app or a hardware key. SMS codes are better than nothing, but if you're worried about SIM swap fraud, use an authenticator or a key instead. You disable auto-forwarding in your email because attackers like to set those rules quietly and siphon your life without you noticing. You turn off geotags in your social apps because nobody needs a map of your coffee habit right now. This part is boring. Boring saves you. The fastest way to make attackers lose interest is to make their next move expensive and slow. Now you map the leak. You list what was posted, the street address, the phone, the company name, the car with a plate in frame, maybe even a child's school if they dug that deep. You list where it appears, a forum, a fast-moving chat channel, a paste site, a blog. You note if it's being mirrored. One angry thread turns into 5 copy-pastes quickly. Then you ask the simple threat model question. Who, why, and with what? Is this a random raid from strangers? A cluster from a particular online community? Or a person with a grudge? You don't need to solve the case. You need to understand whether the goal is noise, pressure, or access, because each goal responds to different defenses. Don't fight the fire with oxygen. Don't reply, don't argue, don't correct the record. You're building exit ramps, not Twitter threads. With your evidence saved and your map sketched, you start removals, but takedowns. On platforms with reporting tools, you pick privacy violation, doxing, harassment, or the closest match. You attach your screenshots, add the link, drop a calm explanation. This content includes my home address and phone number without consent. It creates a safety risk. If the platform ignores you or the site is an independent blog that shrugs, you go one layer deeper, the hosting provider and the domain registrar. Most hosts and registrars have abuse contacts and terms of service banning harassment and illegal content. Your note stays calm and factual. You include links, timestamps, and your country if it affects the legal angle. And if content keeps popping up in search, you ask the search engine to remove it from results. That doesn't delete the page, it makes it harder to find. Which is what you want when your name becomes a magnet for noise. When in doubt, save, then send. Evidence first, takedowns second. Never the other way around. As you file the takedowns, you strengthen the locks that matter most. You check the recovery emails and phone numbers on your accounts and remove any that look old or risky. You log out of all active sessions in your email and socials so any sneaky logins die quietly. You update your operating system and your browser so drive-by exploits don't get a free ride. You scan for weird extensions you never meant to install. You set a small rule for your brain. No links from strangers this week. If a support message arrives offering help, you ignore it and go directly to the platform through its official URL. Helpers arrive after news breaks. Some are wolves in sweaters. Now we move to money, phones, and the offline systems that keep life running. You call your bank on the number printed on your card, not in a text message, and you say, "I'm at risk of social engineering. Please add a verbal password to my account and require it for any changes or transfers." Many banks can add a note to slow down unusual activity. You ask for alerts on new payees and transfer limits you can live with for a week. Then you call your mobile carrier and say, "Please add a port-out PIN and block remote SIM swaps unless I present ID in person." Carriers differ, but they all understand this risk. For deliveries, you switch to pickup locations instead of home for a little while. You don't open surprise packages at the door. You slide into polite, cautious mode. It's temporary, and it's worth it. Most attacks want speed. Your job is to make speed impossible. If you have an employer, you send one short internal note to security or HR. "I'm dealing with a doxing incident." You may receive calls or emails. Please route anything suspicious to security. I'll handle press or public comments only through our official channel. You're not making a scene. If you have kids in school or activities, you give the school a similar one-liner. "We're tightening privacy for a week. No info to third parties by phone. And please confirm any pickup changes with us in writing." That's it. Calm, tidy, protective. Now, about public posture. You don't argue in comment threads. You don't feed the raid. If you must say anything publicly, you say one short factual post. "Personal data about me has been posted without consent. Please report links to this address. I won't comment further." You don't quote tweet the worst stuff. You don't post the screenshots yourself to show how bad it is. That only recycles the data you're trying to bury. If you have supportive friends, ask them privately to report links instead of sharing them. Rallies of support feel good, but they also amplify. Be surgical. If threats cross the line, explicit violence, extortion, stalking, you escalate with your evidence. This is where your chain of custody shines. You have screenshots with timestamps, saved pages, full email headers, and audio files. You file a report with local law enforcement using their preferred intake method. You keep a copy of everything you submit. If it fits your local law, consider consulting an attorney about privacy, harassment, or defamation options. Some jurisdictions offer fast pathways to orders or notices that force removal. If your photos are being used without permission, a copyright or likeness notice can be more efficient than a philosophical debate. While the paperwork flows, you tidy the physical layer at home. You ensure the entryway light works. If you have a camera or a smart doorbell, you check that it's on and recording. You remove your full name from the mailbox and door buzzer if that's common where you live. You ask delivery drivers to leave packages at the building entrance. If prank food deliveries appear, yes, it happens. You decline politely at the door and let the store know someone used your address without consent. You vary your routes for a few days. You turn off live location sharing in apps that don't need it. Most doxers never show up. But probably not isn't definitely not, and you're playing for quiet. Set up alerts on your name plus your phone or address. You create a tiny checklist of the main places your data popped up, and you check them once a day for a week, then once a week for a month. If new mirrors appear, you repeat the takedown steps calmly. You clean old posts that leak PII, phone numbers in a 7-year-old housewarming tweet, public albums with geotagged photos, comment threads where you typed your email openly because that felt harmless at the time. You review your privacy settings quarterly. Put it on your calendar like a dentist appointment. As the noise drops, you invest in OPSEC, the boring habits that pay you back forever. You separate accounts by role: personal, work, public persona. You keep dedicated emails and numbers for each lane. You stop mixing personal photos with public posts. You stop using the same nickname everywhere. You move sensitive conversations out of public platforms. You keep a short about me that doesn't overshare. And you train yourself to pause before you post anything with an address, a child, or a schedule. You start closing browser tabs you don't need, not because you're in trouble, but because fewer open doors mean fewer drafts blowing through the house. There are mistakes worth avoiding, and calling them out now will save you from facepalms later. The first mistake is deleting posts or accounts before you capture evidence. Don't. Save, then remove. The second mistake is getting pulled into open fights, arguing your humanity with people who collected your address for fun. Don't. One calm statement, then silence. The third mistake is leaving SMS-only two-factor on when you're worried about SIM swaps. Move to an authenticator app or a hardware key. The fourth mistake is forgetting paste sites and low-traffic mirrors. They look small. They get scraped. Clean them too. It's normal to feel angry, invaded, tired, or wired. Step back, drink water, and phone a person who can be calm on your behalf. Give them one job. I need you to sit with me on a call while I file these 3 reports. That's not weakness. That's co-regulation for your nervous system. Nobody does their best work alone after a scare. And if you don't have someone handy, set a timer to take a breathing break. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Your brain will thank you. Your forms will look better. Your notes will read clearer. What about the after? The part nobody teaches because it's not dramatic enough for headlines. This is where you reconcile your public presence with your private comfort. You decide what stays visible and what becomes on request. You refine your about me to match the work you want. You put an expiry date on every share link you make from now on. You revisit old accounts and either archive them or lock them down. You set a calendar appointment 3 months from now to check the same search terms again and repeat what worked. You keep your evidence folder in case a pattern resurfaces. And then you live your life. You keep making things and meeting people and posting what feels safe. You don't let a bad week talk you out of the rest of your year. Right after this video, pick one place where your info sits too openly. An old contact me post with your phone, a public photo album with geotags, a resume PDF that still lists your home street in the properties. Spend 5 minutes fixing one thing. Not everything, one thing. Then, set one alert with your name plus your phone number. Then, add a port-out pin with your carrier if you don't have one yet. You just knocked 3 tiles off the table. That's momentum.